My opinion is just as long as you patient, right? And you don't buy high and sell low, everything's going to be okay.
So we've got Denis Smykalov, founder of Wolson Real Estate. It's based here in my hometown, down here in sunny South Florida, Miami Beach. It's got $500 million in career sales, also specialize in crypto transactions in the real estate business. So this is going to be interesting. Dennis, what's up?
Hey, Mark, how are you?
Good, good, Dennis. Good to have you here. I was kind of checking out what you do, and I'm looking at your website. It looks like you're dealing in a lot of luxury condos. I mean, condos down here in Miami going for 2 million plus, in some cases a lot more.
Hmm.
I'm just wondering, how did you like what did how did you start? How did you start selling real estate down here in South Florida? What were you selling? Were you selling these luxury condos at that time? Were you selling mobile home trailers? What did it look like when you started?
Do you hear my accent? Like, of course not. I didn't speak English when I got here in this beautiful country. And when I started real estate 11 years ago, I started from the lowest price point. Let's put it that way. From the rentals, like around $1,000 a foot, $1,000 not a foot, $1,000 a month, and that's how I started. My first year, I didn't do any sale. My first year was like almost by the end of this year, pretty much on the month 13. And then year over year, with the time, you get more experience, more knowledgeable. And after some time, I moved myself to luxury market.
So it wasn't like a specific event that happened, like, oh, I started going to networking events and I was hanging out with the billionaires and the millionaires. It was more of like improving, getting better, bringing on more clients, more referrals. Or was that, or did you just have a TikTok video that went viral? What was that step? What was that step like from going from the low end to the high end?
Yeah, I guess it was just increasing my I would say that's the way of working and the budget that I was working in. Like for example, as I mentioned, I used to do rentals. Then at one point, I decided for myself, I'm not gonna do rentals anymore. I'm just gonna switch to sales. It was kind of not easy because your brain cannot like figure out how is that you making money out of rentals, and then you have to stop doing it and do something else. You're not sure if you're gonna if you're gonna be well there or not, but that's what I did. It worked out well, and then I started increasing my price point. Pretty much the clients that before I was working with the clients like two, $300,000. Then increasing. Like if someone that I don't want to work with, not I don't want to, but I don't think that it's worth my time at that point. I just pass it to one of my agents, and I was looking for someone at higher price points. But as to answer your questions, I tried a lot of things. Of course, I went to different events, social media, everything it helps, But
Well, it sounds like it's like the patience game to me. Just be patient, do a good job, serve.
yeah, for sure. You have to be patient in real estate, especially luxury real estate. You have to be patient because some of the clients you can stay in contact for years. Like I have clients, 5, 7 years, they did not buy anything with me, and we're still in the contact. It could happen, you know. You have to be patient, and you cannot rely on just one deal or two deals or three deals. You have to have pipeline of deals coming in to make sure that if like two or three not gonna close, and it happens, sometimes these things happen. Like for example, uh, there's a reservation period at the new development projects. This is the period when it's the best period to buy for a buyer, but at the same time it gives them opportunity to cancel reservation because before it's a reservation for like 3, 4, 5, 6 months, and then you sign a contract. So you give 5% the reservation deposit, and then there is a contract. The developer does not have all information, and that's why price is at lowest. So, but some of the clients they do sign emotionally, or maybe something happened with their business, or like anything happened, and they can change their mind. So with us happens, I went to St. Regis yesterday. We did some sales there, but also we had canceled reservations for like almost 15 million, like three different reservations. And when it happened, when you work with a client, you sign it, and then he ended up canceling. It's kind of mentally, it's not that I would say easy if you
Yeah, I mean, but
if
that's
you
entrepreneurship. Like every
yeah.
day is going to be highs and lows, right? Like I wake up, something terrible happens, and by the end, like last night, I had a sale while I was in bed going to sleep. I got an email that says, "Okay, I'm going to buy," and I'm like, "Okay, cool, that works." But there's ups and downs. I mean, The other thing I think that's relevant to basically every industry, but the real estate in particular, is there's so much competition. If I went through my Rolodex, probably half the people in my phone are realtors, including like half the teachers at my kids' elementary school. It's crazy. So it strikes me that differentiation is a really important part in, standing out.
Hmm.
You know, and so I wonder, one of the things that I noticed is I'm looking at your personal branding, Dennis, is I look around, you talk a lot about using cryptocurrency to
Hmm.
purchase property. That's not something that I've heard a lot about. How does cryptocurrency play into the real estate market, and how has cryptocurrency transaction helped to separate you and establish your brand?
Look, I can tell you anything that you do different from someone else. It helps, especially as you mentioned. There's a lot of realtors, like for example in Miami, and you have to do something different. Cryptocurrency helps. First time I approached one of the developers here was Aston Martin building in 2000, maybe 18, 17, before the bull run, or maybe just after. And they were kind of not excited about it. They said, "Look, no, it's we don't know what is that. We're not gonna work with it." But now, last like 3, 4 years, people are more open to accept crypto. Especially there is companies that can help you to convert crypto from crypto to USD. So pretty much as the seller, you can have crypto transaction without knowing that your buyer paid with the crypto. That's happened with me multiple times.
Hmm.
It helps a lot.
That to me is the problem with cryptocurrency transactions now, is there's like a lack, it's a trustless type of transaction on the blockchain. Everything is public, but that also, like, I'm very nervous to give anyone my wallet address because I don't know. It's so complicated right now. To me, that's kind of a barrier to, that's kind of what happened with NFTs. Like, how many stories we know about someone who got their entire crypto wallet hacked because they just clicked on the wrong link somewhere. So anytime I just don't know if the mainstream public is ready for cryptocurrency transactions yet. Maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah, but you see, Mark, here it's not like you have options. You can do like crypto to crypto transaction, or you can do conversion. Pretty much same as the regular real estate transaction. Is just one company, one extra company involved. You send your crypto to their like wallet or to their exchange platform. They do convert it. It's like a custodial. They convert it from crypto to US dollars, and they send it to a title company.
So there's a trusted party that's handling that transaction. Kind of like you got your mortgage company, your taxes tag title, your notary, and then you've got your crypto exchange.
By the way, mortgage company, there is Milo company. What they came up with, it's a crypto mortgage company. So you can use your crypto as a collateral and get mortgage and buy a house
Interesting.
or condo.
What's your favorite cryptocurrency right now?
Look, I don't have anything. I would say that I'm favorite only one. I do have Solana. I do have, of course, Bitcoin. I do have Pancake Swap. I have maybe 20 to 25 different coins. So I'm trying kind of to stay up to date.
There's so many different cryptocurrencies. This is not financial advice, by the way. This is not what I do, but the only one that I really feel solid with is Bitcoin. Personally, it just seems like the gold standard. But you're not. I don't think you're going to make. The spike has already happened, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. But my opinion on that, as I said, I know that filled for 5, 6 years. My opinion is just as long as you patient, right, and you don't buy high and sell low, everything's going to be okay.
Speaking of buy high, sell low, not being what we want to do, it strikes me. I live in South Florida, man. It seems like the South Florida market is just way inflated. Like, the home that I just sold tripled in value over a 9-year period. So, like, is this just a giant bubble in Miami that's waiting to burst? Is this real estate bubble sustainable? How many people are going to be left holding the bag when this thing blows up? Like, am I crazy?
Look, I agree with you on the point. Prices went up like double, threefold, right, within a short period of time. And to answer your questions, I don't know, because people asking me what's going to happen. I've been for some time in the business. I don't like to to say something. Hey, for sure, nothing is going to happen. I can just tell you from my experience, right, from my sales. A lot of our buyers they do buy with a lot of them. They do buy with the cash, And I'm not just talking about international buyers, I'm talking about local buyers. Some of our, like, for example, one of the buyers, they purchased house in Sunny House on the waterfront house. They made some money at stock in 2020. They cashed out and they bought a house. And I have a lot of those examples. So prices increased a lot. Something is going to happen. Honestly, I don't know. I don't see any reasons for now. People are not that, like, I would say, under the water with the mortgages, right? When you can have those situation happen, and also the rates, they are going to be decreased within, they say, in this year, like few 2 3 times. So I don't know. Like, I'm looking to buy a house for myself now. So I hope the prices, of course, is going to be decreased, but I don't see it's just happening. But that's my answer. Honestly, I don't know it's going to be, but yeah, they increased. Like,
I mean, it does make sense to me that people are trying to store their cash in real assets because inflation is just out of control. We keep printing money. There was just a bill that just passed the Senate. It's like, I don't know, $100 billion to foreign aid going out, 100 more than 100 billion. So it's just like, keep sending out the money, and what do people want to do with that cash? You don't want to hold cash in your piggy bank, right? So you got to find somewhere to put it. Real estate, I think, can make sense. I mean, but if you need to sell in 5 years, that might be risky. I don't know.
yeah, real estate is not something when you can sell it quick, right? It takes time. So also you have to keep that in mind. It's not like a stock or crypto when you can just liquidate it same minute.
Yeah.
Especially if it's not a season. In Miami, we also have a season. We have a winter season. We have a summer season. In the winter, there's a lot of people, a lot of buyers, a lot of transactions going on. But summer, it's a bit slower. So you have to really wait. Otherwise, you can drop the price and sell it quicker. But or you can wait.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Trying to time the market seems like a fool's errand. So the other thing that I noticed as I was reading through the guest app here is AI. You are using AI in some different areas. This fascinates me. I think that the people, the businesses, the owners that find the right ways to leverage AI are going to win huge over the coming months and years. How are you using AI in your real estate business now?
What is AI? No, I'm just kidding. Look, first I started using it for my articles. It's been maybe 6 8 months ago. I don't remember, some time ago. So I had a PR agent. She was helping me with the articles, and I was having, how to say that, a hard time when she was asking me, "Can you, like, here's the answer? Can you help me? I need article, right?" And for me, it was hard to start with a scratch to answer all those questions and to put it in the right way for her, because I'm not a writer. For me, it's kind of harder. With AI, she just sent me questions. I put it in the chat GPT. I just removed the last part when it says something, I'm not a realtor or blah, 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 consult with the realtor or something like that. I just removed it, copy paste, send it back to her. My articles was on CNBC and CNN and blah, blah, blah. Like, a lot of them, they syndicated within a day, like, to 30, 50 different platforms. So it was something interesting. And I don't think she even realized it when, when I sent it to her.
How did you get the distribution? You
She did. She just put it on, like, one, somewhere. I don't remember, like, one of the websites, right? And somehow it's syndicated. It picks up with other platforms. And she sent me results. She's like, "Oh, look at this! Look at this! We're on the Google. We're on the Yahoo Finance. We're there. We're there." I'm like, "Okay, good. Thanks to it. Thanks to ChatGPT."
Yeah, I had a guy on the show a few weeks ago, and he just writes books with AI, and he just puts them. He put these ebooks online. He's making like 5 grand in passive income. The books just sell the next book and the next book, and you just write books instantly. And you know what I think is interesting, and you may or may not appreciate this, but English can be a very tricky language to write in. Some people, there's all these like weird spelling rules and stuff. It's kind of I've got a 7-year-old I'm trying to teach how to spell and whatnot. It's very complicated. Um, but with AI, you can go from being like a mediocre English writer to being an excellent English writer like this. And so when I think about how it's going to impact the global economy and the way that people overseas are able to perform jobs here in America, I really feel like it changes everything. I've just seen the quality of my team's writing just 10x. And I don't think people have really caught on to that power yet. And I think what most people think is, well, it can do some things like, help me write some stuff, help me write emails and things like that. Yes, but I think when it gets exciting is when you create your own GPTs, you're using your own prompts, and then you're letting your team use those GPTs and prompts to be more effective. Is that something? Because I know you've got team all over the world.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Look, I just had a call with our guys, and we created a presentation. I always ask guys, did you run it through ChatGPT? Because we have like 20 pages of the presentation, right? And they say, yeah, we run it. So we always check every text. We always check through ChatGPT because this is not my first language. Even what I realized, even if it's your first language, we are not like English teachers. Everyone like, and you have to know your language with 100% accuracy. And as you said, to be a writer, right? Everybody needs help with that, my opinion, especially for someone like me whose English is not the first language. So yeah, it helps a lot for sure, for sure.
Game changer. Have you started playing with chatbots for customers and prospects, finding ways to engage quickly? Can you talk to me about that?
Yeah, yeah, we have a digital campaign running, and so pretty much we create Facebook. I think Facebook, Instagram campaigns. It is sent pretty much lead form, like people leads. They see lead form, and it's connected to our AI. His name is Chris, and Chris is talking to them to pre-qualifying them, looking how like what they're looking for, what areas, what budget, when they're ready to buy. Once we see there's some questions, for example, triggers, let's put it that way, then one of our agents step in and pick up the conversation from there. But for now, yeah, we playing with it. We just started maybe 2 months ago, so we're still teaching it. You have to educate it. You have to give, I would say, our conversations between my guys and.
I love this method, by the way. When I talk to people about AI, the most common reason that people tell me they don't need it or they won't use it is, oh, well,
Uh,
people want the human to human connection. They want the human to human relationship. And I,
yes,
I,
but
I
no.
agree.
Yes, but no.
Yes, but no, right? Because
Yes, yes.
it takes the human, I think, to make the sale, right? That's where the persuasion comes into. But you don't need to personally engage with 1,000 prospects.
Hmm.
You like so in your example, someone sees the Facebook ad, they say this is interesting, they fill out a form, this is interesting, then they start talking to Chris.ai, your AI chatbot, and I'm sure the way you've set it up, right, is so that Chris is asking them kind of like leading questions like, where do you live, who's in your family, how many bedrooms, what's your budget, that those types of things, right?
Hmm.
So then, Dennis, when you get on the phone with someone, you already know what's up. They already know what's up. All they need to do is like you at that point, right? You're not selling them. You already know they're a fit.
Hmm. Yeah, plus it helps you to work with huge amounts of leads at the same time, right?
Yeah.
And the thing is, to answer your like pretty much quote on people wants to work with the people. Of course, that's true. But the thing is, if something helps you to work in a more efficient way, right? That's why we use email marketing, we use AI, we use a lot of different things. I have guys in the team there, as I mentioned, they're not even here. They're not even in Miami. I have guys in Ukraine. I have Yuri in Ukraine. I have Alexa. She's in Russia. She's been 5 years with me. She's selling real estate in Miami. So she pre-qualified leads. She worked with them. She knows market better than like 90% of realtors, maybe, because she's like, how to say that, that's her passion, same as me, right? And she's 150% into it. But a lot of people who are into real estate, they're in real estate because of money, maybe because of something else. They're not that excited about it,
It's a
right?
side
Because
hustle.
not everyone is a sale. Yeah, not everybody is a salesperson. People don't understand that. So, and going back to what I was saying, she's in Russia. She's selling real estate in Miami. When she started 5 years, six probably years ago already, her friends were saying to her, "Look, what?" and she's not in the capital. She's not in the Moscow, by the way, not like in a uh, like main major city, right? Her friends were saying to her, "What? You selling real estate in Miami?" Pretty much, they were saying something like, "Hey, go find real job. Don't like."
But I think that's a perfect example of how the world is changing. You, I could sell you a home. I don't even live in that city. I live in on the other side of the world, and I'm selling property in the country. That's pretty fascinating.
Yeah, they need to see that you're knowledgeable. They need to see your trust. And we have clients that, for example, we have one client. He, I'll give you a short story. He rent a unit that, by the way, in the building I'm looking at right now for 1 year. He paid upfront, and then he couldn't come because some of the issue. So he paid already upfront, right? The unit's just empty, and we help him to rent it out for like 3 4 months, and without even asking him. We just told him, look, we found someone, and here's the money, like 30K. How you want to get it? And then I helped him to get that money as well through another friend. But anyway, that's a different story. And we helped him. We never see the guy. After that, he purchased one unit at St. Regis, another unit is like 1428, another Cipriani, like around $10 million in transactions, And I have never ever seen him in person. So just like I'm talking to you right now, and that's it. I don't think we even did a FaceTime with him, just over the regular phone, like without video. Anyway, so that's how the things work. As long as you believe, there is a chance that might work, and you kind of try to work that way, it's gonna work.
Keep innovating too. I really like what you're doing. That AI chatbot is really interesting. Crypto transactions, very interesting. Global workforce, very interesting. I think this is how the future of business looks. So, um, we've been speaking, of course, here to Denis Smykalov down here in Miami, Florida. You can find him at wolsonrealestate.com. Dennis, thanks for joining the show here today.
Thank you, Mark. Thank you for your time.